Hi, it's Amanda the Nail Polish Hound, and in this video I'm sorting through all of my orange nail polishes. I don't have too many oranges, so I'm going to try and get through them all in one video. I'll start off with my creme polishes. First of all, we got these few sort of random ones. And the first one's this little one by Polish Me Royalty. It's called Orange Soda. I kept this one because it was very unique in my collection. I don't have anything else quite like this colour, so I kept it in case I needed it for nail art. But I've not used it, so I'm going to be letting this one go. And this is what it looked like on the swatch wheel. It's not a colour that I would wear, and as I said, not used it in nail art, so I'm happy that this one can leave my collection. Next, we've got this Sinful Colours, and this one is called Orange Cream. And this again is a unique colour in my collection. It's about halfway gone. I think I originally got it in a destash a very long time ago. This is what it looks like on the nail wheel, and I think I might just about get away with wearing this one. And I've nothing else like it at all, so this one for the moment will be staying. So within my oranges, I also class peach and coral polishes within orange, just because I don't have too many of any of those individually. This is an old NYC and it is called Hampton's Peach. Again, it's quite unique in my collection. This is the colour of this one, and I could see myself using this one, so it's going to be staying. And finally we have this neon polish. This one is called Pool Party by China Glaze. It's got a pretty good formula. It's the only orange neon that I have left. And again, I had been keeping it in case of nail art because I'm pretty certain I'd never be wearing this one on my nails. This is what it looks like on the swatch wheel. I've had it a while. I'm pretty sure this one was gifted to me, and I just don't think I'm going to wear it, so I'm going to be letting this one go as well. Here's the rest of the orange or orangey polishes that I have. You might be looking at some of these and you might have classified them differently, but when I compared them to other colours and categories, they seemed more orange to me, so this is where they ended up. The first three of these are actually pretty similar. The first one is a Kiko nail polish, and this one is number 357. It has a good formula, and this is what it looks like on the swatch wheel. Although those three do look really similar in the bottle, this one actually comes out a little bit darker orange, so I'm happy to let this one go. Next we have this Barry-M, and this one is called Tangerine. I think this one's the truest orange that I have in my collection. This is what that one looks like on the swatch wheel, and that one will be staying. The next one is OPI's Living on the Boulevard, and this is a polish that I had in a mini, and I used the whole of the mini up, and so I bought the full-size bottle. If I'm going to be wearing orange, this is probably my go-to. It's slightly more peachy toned and a little bit duskier than the previous one, so that one is staying in my collection as well. Moving on to the polishes that you might not think of as orange, but I've classified them this way. This one is a classic Essie. It's called a Playing Coy. I really like this one. It's a sort of brown toned orange. This is what it looks like on the swatch wheel, and this one is going to be staying in my collection as well. The next one is another Barry-M, and this one is called Ginger. Really like this one too. Again, it's a slightly more brown toned orange. This is what it looks like on the swatch wheel, and I'm going to be keeping this one as well. And finally this one, which quite honestly probably should have been in the pink section. It is called Flaming Pink. I think the clue was in the name there, but when I compared the bottles it did seem a little bit more orange. It's got a bit of a peachy tone to it. I have done a comparison off camera to all the other pinks that I've already sorted through, and I have nothing else like this in my collection. That's what it looks like on the swatch wheel. I actually quite like this colour and I'm going to be keeping it. Moving on now to the polishes that are predominantly linear holographics. The first one is another peach. This is by Holo Taco and it is called Peach Tea. This one is from the Pastel Rainbow collection. This is what it looks like on the nail wheel. It's incredibly pretty. Definitely keeping that, not just because it's in the collection, but look how strong the linear holographic flare is on it. Next we have this Pretty Perfect polish, and this one is called Bitch Please. It's supposed to be a rose gold, but it has got quite a peach tone to it in my opinion. This is what it looks like on the swatch wheel. It is very pretty, but it's quite similar to the next two coming up. So I have decided that I'm going to put this one aside to put in my project polish and use up. Next we have China Glaze's TTYL. I love this, it's a beautiful polish. I love this whole collection. It has what we refer to as a flat holographic finish. Very subtle, really beautiful though, and still strongly linear holographic. What I do hate about these is what happens to the caps. All of the covering is starting to come off, which it makes them look really ugly in terms of the bottles, but the polish is still fine. And this is what it looks like on the nail wheel. I'll show you in close up a minute so you can see what I mean by the flat holographic finish. Again, very pretty and staying in my collection. And then this is the last of the three there that looked fairly similar. And this is another Holo Taco, also from that Pastel Rainbow collection. It's called Coral Chaser. One of my surprise favourite Holo Tacos ever. And I didn't think I could get away with wearing coral, but this shade looks lovely against my skin tone. I love it, and I might pick up a backup of this next time I make an order from Holo Taco because it's beautiful and I want to be able to wear it as much as I want to without fear of running out. It is still generally available, but some of these older Holo Tacos are starting to be phased out, so I don't want to risk being without this one. And that's what it looked like on the swatch wheel. It is much more of a peach tone, and compared to the other oranges I have, it looks almost pink. But compared to my pinks, this one is definitely more of a coral peach tone. Again, you can see just how amazing that linear holographic flare is on this polish. So there's a little close-up of those last three. So you can see they are reasonably similar, but all three are different. They're definitely not dupes for each other. So I do want to keep them all, but I want to use up the Pretty Perfect polish, this one, because it is an older polish as well. Next one we have in this little selection is a Danglefoot polish. This is from their Doctor Who collection. It's called I'm Burning Up a Sun Just to Say Goodbye. Really, 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 really pretty. You can tell how much I love this one. This is what it looks like on the swatch wheel. It's got a little bit of a shimmer in it. You can see the pink shimmer coming through there. And I just love this colour combination. I must wear this one again sometime soon. This was limited edition though, so I will be using it sparingly. Next we have another Holo Taco, and this was from the original Rainbow collection. It's called Orange Drink, and this one's more of a true orange colour. Leans a little bit burnt orange, but only a little bit, and that's what it looks like on the swatch wheel. This one also staying in my collection. Next we have an Ada's Nails, and this one is a little bit darker. It's called Royale with Cheese. Also though has a really, really good linear holographic finish to it. And that's what this one looks like on the swatch wheel. This one also will be staying in my collection. And last of all, we've got the little mini frankened that I made. I called it Jam Crush, and it is a combination of Jam Session and Sunshine Crush by Holo Taco. And I just wanted to show it to you again because it's so pretty and obviously staying in my collection. If you want to see the video where I made this little polish, I will put that at the end of this one. And here's what it looked like on the swatch wheel. This next little group of polishes all look fairly similar in tone, and they have got either very fine glitter or shimmer in them. The first two here look really similar, and the first one is a Max Factor that is currently in my project polish, and it is called Deep Coral. I am enjoying wearing this one. It's been in my project polish before, but I don't wear orange that often, so I expect it's not going to be finished this year. That's what this one looks like on the swatch wheel. That one's staying in my collection, but within my project polish. Next up we have this little sparkly mini, and this one is called Not a Princess. Quite similar to the last one, perhaps a touch brighter and less coral toned, so that's why I've decided to keep this one in my main collection, use up the other one. Then we've got this Zoya, and this one is called Dara. And this one's very sheer, so you do have to layer it over another polish to get it to look like it does in the bottle. You can sort of build it up on its own. You can see that is, I think it was 3 coats, and you can still see the bottle through the swatch wheel. So I tend to put it over OPI Living on the Boulevard, and it looks just like it does in the bottle. Being a pixie dust, this one has got a textured finish to it, but you can put top coat over it to smooth it out. This one's staying in my collection. And then we've got this little Barry-M. It's from their Crystal Rock collection, which again is a textured nail polish. It's called Coral Sunstone, and it's the one that's on my nails in this video. I put it on to try it out because I wasn't sure if I was going to keep this one. It's got quite a lot of gold in it, and I actually really like it in the sunshine. I don't like it indoors. So I'm still torn on this one. It looks lovely in the sunshine, so maybe this is a polish to take away on sunny holidays, but otherwise I probably won't be wearing it for the moment, though I'm going to be keeping it in my collection. And here's the next little grouping of polishes that are sort of similar, and again perhaps not as orange as I remembered them. The first one is by Princess Nail Lacquer, and it's called Gingerbread Sparkles, and it is very pretty indeed, but perhaps a little bit more overall beige coloured than it is orange. That's what this one looks like on the swatch wheel. It is very pretty. It's also quite similar to the next one, and I prefer the next one, but I am going to keep this one and again put it aside to use up in my project polish. So that one will probably go into my project sometime next year. This is the one that it was similar to, and this is ILMP's That Other Girl. This one has got a lovely formula. I think it's micro flakies rather than glitter, which is probably why I prefer this one. And it's so holographic, so sparkly on the nail, it's beautiful. That one's definitely staying in my collection. And last of all in this little grouping, and probably the most orange of them, we have got Play Rosé by Holo Taco. Really pretty. And I'm definitely keeping this one as well. This one's definitely more of a full glitter. Probably easier to wear this one with undies as well, and that's what it looks like on the swatch wheel. But that one's going to be staying. Here's my next little grouping of polishes with glitters or flakies in them. And again, the first one, you're probably thinking I'm going mad by having this in this group. But honestly, it looked a little bit more orange than it did pink. In hindsight, I think this probably should have been in my pink category, but I think it was those little flakes that were throwing me off. And this one is called Feeling Cranberry Saucy. Perhaps it should even have been in my reds. Anyway, it's a really pretty polish, and I'm definitely keeping this one. Next up is Quixotic Polishes Autumnal Bliss. Very pretty, very complex. I love the flakies in this one. I think it might have faded a little bit in base colour. I remember it being a bit darker than this, but maybe I'm wrong. It's very pretty, it's very unusual. Definitely keeping it, and that's what it looks like on the swatch wheel. Next, we've got a fancy gloss that was recently gifted to me by Nika. I've not even got round to hauling this one yet. It is called Evil Pumpkin, which is really funny. But this just isn't the sort of polish that I would wear. This is what it looks like on the swatch wheel. And I know Nika won't mind if I pass this one along, and I know somebody who I think will love it. So this one is leaving my collection. And the last one in this little group is by Ada's Nails. This is probably my favourite orange polish of all the ones that I have. It is called Pumpkin Juice, and it is packed full of little holographic glitters and orange to gold and some pink flake in there as well. That's what it looks like on the swatch wheel, and that's definitely staying in my collection. Last little lot, and these are all sort of darker orangey polishes with glitter and all sorts of other things in them as well. I put them together because they seemed similar in colour. This first one is a Holo Taco. It is called Zyla the Cat. It is a full coverage glitter, and I didn't swatch this one because I know I'm keeping it, and this one does go out of stock from time to time. So I don't want to swatch it when there's a possibility I might not get it again. I think it's back in stock at the moment, but I'm keeping this one. And this next one is by KB Shimmer. It's a little bit similar but a bit brighter than the last one. And this one is called Here for the Booze. Unfortunately, the label has been destroyed by the grippy mat inside my nail polish drawers. So be careful of those if you are using them. It does affect certain polish labels. That's what this one looks like on the swatch wheel. It's very bright and extremely holographic. It's very pretty, and it's staying in my collection. Next we have another Ada's Nails. This one is called Fall, and it's stunning. You can see it sparkling away there. This has got tiny reflective glitters in it as well as flakies, and I just love it. A very burnt dark orange, and that's what it looks like on the swatch wheel. No prizes for guessing, this one is staying as well. Last but not least, we have this Holo Taco. It's called I'm Rover It, and it is sort of, again, a dark burnt orange, and it's got shimmer and little flakies in it as well. Very, very pretty, and this one's staying too. So for a person who doesn't wear orange very often, I certainly seem to have quite a lot of it. These are the 4 that are going to be leaving my collection. I'm pretty happy with my decisions. I have got a few that I'll put into my project polish and use up at some point. And I think I'm happy with the ones I have left. I might come back to this category though if I need to be a little bit more ruthless in the future, as like I said, I don't wear orange very often. Thanks for watching. Coming up next we've got yellow, and I hope I'll see you in that one. Bye!